So should I start now, I guess?
Mhm.
All right. So, hey guys, my name is Garrett Adams, and this is my mini speech for on public speaking goals. So my speech is broken down into three categories: my strengths, areas I believe I can improve upon, and the goals that I have for this course. So to start off, my strengths are, well, one of my strengths is that I think I'm able to effectively get my point across without adding too much unnecessary material into the speech for filler content, I guess, while keeping it short and pretty concise. And then another one of my strengths I think is that I can convey the information to the audience in a way that makes it easy to digest and understand and won't confuse them too much. Some areas for improvement I think are that I think I get a bit nervous when it comes to public speaking, and especially as the time just speak publicly draws closer, I get more and more nervous. It's if it's 3 days away, I won't be that nervous, but 20 minutes before I'll be a bit more nervous than then. And then another one of my weaknesses is that I don't really use enough hand gestures or body language to keep my audience's attention. And I also think my voice can be a bit monotone when it comes to giving presentations. For my goals for this course, the first thought I have for myself is to overcome my nervousness, or at least become a little less nervous when speaking in front of an audience and have more confidence in my ability to do so. The second goal I set for myself is to use more body language to grab my audience's attention and maybe have a less monotone voice so I don't really bore them to death. And the third goal I set for myself is to speak publicly a lot more than I do right now, and so at least step a little bit outside my comfort zone. And that's all.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. My turn. So I actually wrote a speech. I didn't just do bullet points, so it's gonna be a little different, but here we go. Hey, I'm Austin. This is my mini speech on public speaking goals. I've always felt that when it comes to speaking in front of others, I do fairly well. I don't tend to stutter my words or hesitate often, and when I begin talking, I always try to present my ideas in a clear way. I feel that these are strengths that I have when it comes to public speaking. Throughout school, mostly high school, I've had to do various projects that required me or a group I was a part of to stand in front of students, faculty, or visitors and give some sort of speech. The easier speeches were ones that I gave in front of my class, such as a book report for English, explaining a math problem for every math class I've been in, or a PowerPoint for U.S. history. In all of these cases, I did well, in my own opinion. I presented my speech clearly, without intrusive hesitations, and I was able to finish strong. However, I feel that some areas I can improve upon will be how to improve with how I interact with my audience. I find it difficult to look at the audience while I was giving my speech, and even if I have my speech memorized. It's hard to focus on one person, and if I do that, I just feel awkward. Since I feel that I speak well in front of others, my goals are more focused on interacting with my audience and improving the way I speak and write. My first goal for this course is that I want to learn how to focus on my audience more when speaking. Giving the speech is half the battle. Knowing your audience and how you can interact with them is the other half. Another goal of mine is that I would like to simply improve the way I deliver my speech. Most of the speeches I have given were based on books or problems, and I don't think I've given a speech on something I wrote with nothing to base it off of. I believe my writing is easier to understand when you read it, since I've never had any experience with giving a speech based on something I wrote straight from my mind. Finally, I would like to improve my ability to memorize my writing. While I can memorize short bits of information, which is really all I had to do in group speeches, I have never memorized an entire speech. I believe that if you memorize something, you appear more confident in front of your audience. That is what I want to reach, a strong level of confidence in front of whoever I'm giving my speech to. I hope to reach these goals by the end of the course, and maybe even reach others I didn't even know I had.
Good job.
That was really good.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot the order. So hi, my name is Jenna, and this is my mini speech on public speaking goals. I'll first start off with my strengths, which I believe I have a strength in preparation for speeches. I think I make good outlines and such, and I think that I also sometimes insert humor that some audiences enjoy, so I think I can know my audience when I'm speaking. Depending on the topic, I have a strong passion for it, I can give a good speech. And I'm also really good at giving speeches to small groups that I know. And if I'm in a leadership role, I can normally step up and give a good speech. So my areas for improvements are being comfortable and confident in myself with groups that I don't know. I normally struggle with speaking to new groups or large groups and stuff like that. And I normally have a big problem with fidgeting. I normally play with my hands, or I jump up and down, or like push my feet up and down. And teachers all throughout high school have told me that, and I know that it's a problem, but I've never gotten to get over it. And I also would like to improve with speaking to large groups, like I said. And my goals in this class, I would like to be more physically comfortable when giving a speech. I'd like to be able to focus better on it, fidget less, and provide eye contact, because I struggle with eye contact throughout my speeches. I normally look to the ground or look at my notes, and I know that that's a problem that a lot of people have when giving speeches. I'd like to gain confidence to make speeches to peers rather than random people or small groups. And that comes with a lot of my knowledge of the speech. If I don't feel like I fully know what I'm talking about, I normally crumble throughout it. Whereas if I am very passionate about it and I know a lot about it, I'm very good at giving a speech. But most of the time it's about like a book report or something of the same concept, which I'm not very passionate about throughout those. And my final goal that I would like to do is learn how to make my speeches flow better without like inserting words like as you probably saw throughout. I'm not that good with that. There you go. Yeah, and that's what I would like to improve on.
All right, good job.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so it's my turn. Hello, my name is Jordan Butler, and public speaking as a class, at least, is new to me, which I'm sure it's new to a lot of people as well. And I think when you start anything new, it's beneficial to identify where your skills lay and where there's room for improvement. So with that being said, I'll share some of my strengths and weaknesses. A strength is, like, since I was little, I've been talkative, so I naturally love to talk. So I'm sure you can imagine how that would help with a public speaking class as opposed to someone who doesn't really like to talk, excuse me. And I'm sorry, because of that, I've had exposure to like having eyes on me when I'm speaking. And I've had leadership roles in high school that required me to have the floor for at least a bit of time, which the exposure can also help. I'm good at casually speaking, not formally speaking. That's my weakness. Again, like with even just formalities and writing, I have trouble with. I'm good at casual, free writing, but I don't tend to do well with formal writing. Another weakness I think I have is I get like jittery and I shake. And sometimes my voice starts to shake, and then that I'm like, oh no, my voice is shaking. And then I'm just thinking about how my voice might be shaking instead of what I'm actually presenting. But now that we know some strengths and weaknesses, I think some goals I have are, I'd like to be able to efficiently be able to incorporate data and information. I'm not really good at like incorporating statistics and evidence directly through speech without it being like typed up, because it's easier to read that kind of stuff. So that's a goal I have. Another one is just to improve my knowledge on fundamental components like logos, you know, the rhetoric devices. I'd like to have a deeper understanding with those. And another thing, well, I guess that was 3. Oh, feeling less nervous was the last one. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, good job.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice job. Yeah, I guess I'm up now.
Yeah.
All right, so hi, my name is Jose Castro, and a few goals I'm going to be working towards in this course are going to be more focused towards the content, as in what I'm saying, rather than my actual speaking, because I feel like one of my strengths is I'm pretty comfortable just speaking to an audience, but my actual speech suffers a bit because I'm going off of bullet points, or if I'm going off of like rough ideas, I tend to ramble a bit. So what I'm trying to say becomes a little bit unclear. So that's hopefully something I'm going to be working towards. Just basically neatly organizing my thoughts. And something else is, for some reason, just before speaking, I'll get a bit anxious, but then once I'm actually doing it, I just feel pretty comfortable doing it. So it doesn't really affect my speaking that much, but more of a personal issue, just kind of trying to help get rid of my anxiousness by being more comfortable speaking in front of people. Because, it's not something that we commonly do. And just overall, hopefully being able to learn how to express my ideas clearly to other people so they understand. That's it.
All right.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job, everyone.